Hello, all you people out there in TV land. My name is CB Studios, also known as Kurt, and we are at the most wonderful night of the year. Finally, it's October 31st. So, sit down with a bowl of popcorn, put on a creepy movie, get ready for some trick-or-treaters, and don't forget your Halloween masks. It's Halloween. That's right, guys, it's finally Halloween. It is the greatest, most fun night of the year if you're a giant horror fan like myself, and I'm almost certain you guys are. And today, we're talking about 3 of my favorite masks that I own, that I have ever had the opportunity to own. We're talking about the Halloween 3 Season of the Witch masks. Now, I'm going to show these off individually, as I no longer have a table in here to put stuff on, so I'm going to show these off one by one, and I'm going to go over a couple of things about these masks that may make them slightly different, or at least a couple of them slightly different from ones that you guys may own, just because I like to. We're going to start off with the skull. Now, this is a Trick or Treat Studios Halloween 3 skull. I picked this guy up in Pasadena in 2019, and I absolutely love this design. I've always loved the Don Post skulls. There's such a specific, just classic Halloween mask look to it. And this started off life as an officially licensed Halloween 3 skull. I actually took this one to the Michael Myers house when we went and visited the Michael Myers house in Pasadena. Very, very fun time. This is a straight off-the-rack mask that I've modified ever so slightly. I've actually stippled this with glow-in-the-dark paint. I really want a glow skull, and I will probably try and pick one up from Trick or Treat Studios before they do lose the license at the end of this year. But I had some glow paint that I was testing out on my doofies, and I decided to just give it a stippling, and it's worked really, really well. In fact, if I get a UV torch, you can actually see, even in full light, you can see that glow that it gets. It's really, really good. Look at that, it's great. So I'll show you with the lights off in just a second at how well this does glow, but I'm really, really happy with the finish that this one got. This is one of my favorite masks in my collection, and I'm going to be really sad when the latex finally does rot and deteriorate, as it's going to. This is famously worn by Dr. Dan Chalice in Halloween 3 Season of the Witch. It's a really, really cool design. I do have the Halloween 3 puck that came off the back. I did remove the puck when I went through to do the glow finish on this, but I just haven't gotten around to putting it back on. But these guys are really, really nice. If you are interested in picking one up, I'd do it soon. Trick or Treat Studios does lose the license for Halloween 3 at the very end of this year, so that's always a shame. This guy is the Halloween 3 skull. Let's check out our number 2. Our number 2 is the Smiling Jack-o'-lantern, or Smiling Jack, I think he has been called in some of the catalogs. But this is a really interesting mask as far as Halloween 3 goes. The Jack-o'-lantern is actually the only mask for Halloween 3 that was sculpted from scratch for the movie. Now, it was produced by Don Post Studios, and they did continue to produce them. They actually did have the license for Halloween 3 for a little bit. And this is a Trick or Treat Studios mask. We do have our nice Shamrock skull on the back. Don't freak out that it's on a foam head. There's normally a plastic bag underneath this, but I have taken it off. And the inside of my masks are all sealed with Plastidip to stop them from rotting, stop any of that latex deterioration as much as possible. But rest assured there's going to be a plastic bag going right back underneath this guy as soon as we finish this video. I have done some slight mods to this one. Really, the only thing I've done is I've added a little bit of black mesh in behind the eyes, just because I kind of like the black eyes look. We have our nice Silver Shamrock on the side, and we do have our Silver Shamrock chip, our little power chip, glued to the back on this one. This one has quite nice paint apps. I picked this one up, I think, in about 2020 or 2021, and it's one of the few ones that I didn't see when I was over in the States at that time. They still weren't super common, but I do love having this as part of the collection, and I love the bright orange look. This is just a plain one as well. It doesn't glow in the dark. I actually don't own any of the Trick or Treat Studios glow ones, so don't ask me if it is. It isn't. Let's move on to the third and final. Now, you may think that the third and final is actually going to be this Halloween 3 Season of the Witch that's sitting up there in the corner. And almost. That is a standard Trick or Treat Studios Halloween 3 Witch. But that's not what I'm going to show you. The one I'm going to show you is one that I've customized. This is my Halloween 3 Witch. Now, one of the things that Trick or Treat Studios did really, really well was replicating the look, the vibrant look of the Halloween 3 Witch in the movie. And I really like that one. It's very nice. It's a great mask. It's got a nice heavy duty hood on that one. It's a nice faux fur hood. It looks really, really good. It's got that bright green paint job. However, I'm not a fan of the bright green paint job. When I was trolling at eBay, I don't know, 6 months or so ago, I actually found a latex cast of a witch. A Don Post Hagatha, as it were. It's probably a Trick or Treat Studios copy or something of the like, but it was a nice latex blank, and so I bought it. And I painted it up. I customized it. I made it look oh so lovely. It was a raw latex cast that's then been painted up. I did a dark green paint job on it and then dry brushed some lighter greens and yellows to get that texture. And I made a rough hood design based off the Trick or Treat Studios hood, but I used a really nice midnight blue faux fur. Now the midnight blue faux fur, in my opinion, is a little bit more accurate than the dark green that Trick or Treat Studios has. I'm not quite sure why it's such a green on that one, but I felt that the darker bluey black was a really, really good match to the movie. And I wanted one that was a little bit more subdued and a little bit more, let's say, in-universe than a fluorescent green witch with a green hood. It's turned out really, really nice, and I'm very, very happy with this one. We do have a power chip on the back, as you can see there. However, it's not the Trick or Treat Studios one. This one is actually a badge. Yeah, it's a little pin badge made by my good friend Nat over at Lost Kiwi Designs. She also, let me just hit the microphone there, made this fantastic little Silver Shamrock necklace tag for me. These were a run that she did back in, I think, 2021. They're gorgeous, gorgeous little pieces, and I've really wanted an excuse to put one of these on a mask, and so I did, and it's on my witch. This is my display witch, whereas this one's my thrash around witch whenever I want to thrash around as a witch, which admittedly is not that often, but you'd really know which witch is which. That's about it from me today, guys. I just really wanted to show off 3 of my favorite Halloween masks in my collection. While I absolutely adore Michael Myers, and I do think that the Michael Myers movies are fantastic, and the Myers mask is unparalleled, I really gotta say, I absolutely adore Halloween 3. In fact, Halloween 3 is my favorite Halloween movie of all time. It's a neck and neck with the original John Carpenter Halloween, but Halloween 3 just pips it at the post just that little bit. And I don't know whether it's the overwhelming dread of the score, the just sheer insanity of trying to murder a bunch of children on Halloween, or the fact that we get 3 masks for the price of 1. Maybe it's just Tom Atkins' mustache. You know what? It is probably just Tom Atkins' mustache. But Halloween 3 is my absolute go-to for a Halloween movie in the spirit of October. And I really wanted to show off 3 of my favorite Halloween masks in my collection. If you want to pick yourselves up some Halloween 3 Season of the Witch masks, jump on it now before Trick or Treat Studios loses the license. Not sponsored by Tots or anything like that, but it's really, really worth grabbing them if you want to, because who knows who's going to pick up the license next. Thanks very much for watching, guys. If you like this video, please do throw me a like, throw me a comment down below. Tell me what you think of Halloween 3. Do you love it? Do you hate it? Do you like these masks? Do you think they're all kind of goofy? Do you like Tom Atkins' mustache? Do you think Tom Atkins' mustache is better than Tom Selleck's mustache? Battle of the Toms? Battle of the mustaches? Who knows? Anyway, now I'm rambling. But on this most auspicious of nights, remember, always check your candy, don't blow out your jack-o'-lantern before the final trick-or-treaters, and get your masks ready for the big giveaway at 9. Happy, happy Halloween.